Hello everyone, welcome to the virtual Rather Dashing booth at GAMA. I'm going to keep this short, and it's really just a way to keep up with all of you and give you an idea of what Rather Dashing is going to be doing this year. So it's not only Rather Dashing, I'm also now in charge of Redshift Games, which is another design studio under the Catalyst flag, just like Rather Dashing. Both companies, Rather Dashing and Redshift, have some really interesting things coming out for 2021. So let's start with Rather Dashing. We have just had a successful Kickstarter for Awakening Lair: The Dark Forest, which is a standalone game, but it is a sequel to the original Awakening Lair. This game adds some very interesting dynamics and new monsters and things like that. It also boasts solo player options, and it is fully compatible with the original Awakening Lair, meaning you can swap the components and build very interesting dungeons and character builds. We are venturing into some new waters this year, which we're very excited about. We are doing our first licensed games. We have two that we are releasing. One is Captured Moments, a Downton Abbey game that will be out in June, and also a game for Wildcrats, and that will be out in the late summer. Both of these games are at a reasonable price point that is going to cater to a broad audience of mostly casual and family gamers, and obviously with the Wildcrats kids. The kids' Wildcrat game, we've included 3 different stages of play that will allow for younger kids to play with older kids and adults to play with younger kids, and so on and so forth. The Captured Moments Downton Abbey game is a parlor-style card game, which should cater very well to the type of people who enjoy Downton Abbey. We have another game we're working on that I just can't quite talk about yet, but we're in the contract signing phase, so that will be another very exciting property for us to license. And that is the Rather Dashing calendar for 2021. Now moving on to Redshift. Redshift has been a little bit off the radar for a while. They published Kittens in a Blender and then more Kittens in a Blender, and which did very, very well for them. So that's been out of print for a little while, so we're launching a Kittens in the Blender Deluxe, which is going to include the 5 to 6 player expansion, and it's also going to come packaged in a really cool, swanky kitten-resistant tin. Beyond that, we're coming out with a game called Unicorn Stew. That is a game of gastronomic craziness where you are trying to match your cards to the requirements of the famished, fickle monarch, but he never really knows what he wants. He can just really say, I'm in the mood for something quick and dragony. And so the race to get mythological creatures turned into very interesting dishes to feed to the monarch is on. And the winner will be named the top chef of the realm. After that, we'll be launching a game called Tacopocalypse. And Tacopocalypse, in the crazy nuclear apocalypse, all of the food in a taco truck has come to life and mutated and spread across the land, and you must wrangle these crazy irradiated monster foods in a very fast-paced drafting game to build combo plates, but you have to be careful that you do not unleash the dreaded Chalupa-Cabra, which will gobble up all your cards. Beyond that, we're working on several other projects for Redshift, as well as Rather Dashing, but that's about where we're at. So enjoy GAMA, and thank you to GAMA for doing what I think has been a stellar job, making a virtual space. I'll be popping in and out of the booth, and feel free to ask me anything. All of our games are available through distribution, and we look forward to expanding and doing business with all of you retailers. And thank you for your time. In the meantime, stay dashing.